I keep reading from time to time about like Bobby being a nice man, but he does forget names, and it irks me. I get really angry about it. I'll tell you a great story. I was England manager, and we lost to Holland. I don't know whether you want to use this, but it's a great story. It's a true story, because all the best stories are true stories. And after the match, we lost. And this little journalist stood up and said, "Mr. Robson," he said, "can you tell me how it is that you've got Robson, Lineker, Beasley, Glenn Hoddle," and he mentioned one or two of the names, "and you've lost today 3-1 against Holland. Can you explain that to me?" So I'm looking at the sea of people, and there's about 250 people. It's in the European Championships. There's 15 camera units, there's transistors, there's photographers, there's the written press. I'm addressing 250 journalists worldwide, live. And the guy's asking me the $64 million question, hasn't he? And I'm trying to think, what is the answer to that? So in order to kind of give myself time, I said to him, "Yeah, I can," I said, and I couldn't at the time. I said, "Yes, I can." I said, "But first of all, who are you? Will you identify yourself?" And this little fella, about 4'7", pops his head around the corner and says, "I'm from Malta." And I thought, and I want to say, Malta? Blinking Malta? And you ask me that sort of question? But I couldn't say that, can you? Because you're the England manager, and you have to respect the guy. You're on camera, you know, you're facing the world. And I said, "Yes." Yes on everything. And I said, the answer is because in the Dutch team, they had Marco van Basten and Frank Rijkaard and Ruud Gullit and the two Koeman brothers and Arjen Muren and Vandenberg and Van Breukelen and Van Tichelen. And there you are. I can remember all those names, so I'm not doing so bad, am I? You know, and I'm saying this off the top of your head. And I had the answer. Now, I tell you what, if you're not bright, and if you don't know answers, and if you don't know football, they will bury you. And they haven't buried me, not yet. Bye-bye.